I am the Headless Headhunter. I'm a corporate recruiter here to review your resumes to get you ahead of your job search and a bunch of other tips that you need. So, the resume we have up first is a full stack developer. What we're going to be looking for in a full stack is TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React.js, APIs, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functional, and bonus points for architecture, extra language, and Git. These are what we care about. So, this person has a ratio of 150 to none, which is not good. That is the amount of times it takes you to get an interview based on how many applications you sent. So if you sent in 50 applications, you got one interview from that. That's a 50 to 1. And an average C- resume would be a 50 to 1. So ideally, we would want to go to at least a minimum of 50 to 1. This is triple that, which is not good. So let's see what's wrong with the resume. All right. Nothing here should be bolded. Nothing here should be bolded. You don't need these little lines, but those are minor issues, but still it can matter. I would actually say that the little lines are the minor issue. The bigger issue is more the bolding here. You don't want all this to be bolded. This should be italicized and not bolded. Okay, that's, I clicked on a link by mistake. There we go. We're going back. That was a clickable link in the resume that I was not even aware of. So, developed a full stack web application for university name baseball coaches to upload game data and generate statistic performance for players. Okay. Not bad. You don't need a keyword in the first sentence, but it's good to see if you can include them. So I would say developed a full stack web application using, and then you can use this, for blankety blankety blank. Process CSV files for Yakkertech. Produce PDFs. Okay, built the front end using HTML. So here's the problem. Your first two bullet points don't say any keywords. Again, you can kind of get away with not having it in the first one, but definitely not the second. Built the front end using HTML, CSS. That's good. And vanilla. You don't need. Okay, so just say JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. You don't need to add this other stuff. The people reviewing it probably won't be able to tell. With Fast API, Python is the backend framework, and PostSQL for data. See, this is good, right? This is a good one. The problem is this doesn't have that. This should be your first sentence and wrapped up into this, right? That's how I want it to be done. I built a website using sports teams again. Refactored, I don't care about refactoring. I don't even know what that is. Visualization for faster API is okay, but again, you already mentioned API. Did you mention API? No, you didn't. Okay, so API is good there. Developer responsive using front. Okay, so where is the SQL? You know what? You may not have cloud, and that's understandable. Again, entry-level people may not have cloud. Where is CI/CD? So your biggest problem is you just don't have enough here. I need more. I need more than just that. So, let's see. Experience selected as one of 2 Python lead developers in a four-person research team exploring cybersecurity threats, machine learning. Okay, that's pretty solid. Directed juniors into pipelines with Jupyter, Pandas, NumPy, and a seeking purple ML models with Skibbity Learn. Conducted algorithms again. So yeah, here we're gonna do a little thing. Do we have SQL? We do have SQL as up there. I do remember, so that's good. So we're just gonna go down the list, and this is how you can do it. TypeScript. We don't have TypeScript. Okay, we did have Python. I did see that. We do have JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. Do we have Node? No, we do not have Node. Do we have Angular? We do not have Angular. Do we have Next.js? I believe we did. No, we do not. We did have MongoDB. That was good. We had SQL down there. We had React. We had an API. Did we have REST? No. Do we have Cloud? No. Do we have Agile? No. Do we have CI/CD? The answer to that is no. No, we do not. And you probably won't have cross-functional. So, you just don't have enough, right? You have like 50% of what I need, and you kind of bury it in the third and fourth bullet points, which is harder to read because of the bullet bolding. So, I'm going to need a little bit more. I actually do like this because I wanted to make sure your resume is focused, but ML is hot right now, so it might be pretty good to have this as a machine learning thing here. They may actually like that, but the rest of it doesn't really matter. So I just don't like. That's the thing. If it's not here or some small AI section because AI is popular, it doesn't matter. And there's a little bit of extraneous stuff, but the big thing is I just don't see enough of this. So I need more, okay? I just need more. It's not terrible. It's just a little bare bones. And is there anything else that I could see? You need to delete this. It doesn't matter. Normally, the only reason you would want this is specifically because it shows you've been there for a long time, but you haven't, so you can safely delete that. I would keep the electrician stuff. You don't need to really say, you don't even need to change anything because that's okay. But this shows at least you can stay at a certain job for a while. This actually is hurting you. So this can be safely deleted. This can be kept because, you know, you've been there for about 2.5 years. That's a solid amount of experience, and managers like that. So that is it. To summarize, there's a little bit of extraneous stuff, but not a lot. But a bigger issue is I don't have enough of what I need, and your first 2 bullet points don't give me enough here. Your first bullet point in here don't give me enough here. This one is fine. So we need a little bit stronger bullet points, little bit more information. Fix the bolding. Please do not bold. Nothing here should be bolded. Nothing here should be bolded. And we're going to help you get ahead of the job market. So before we go to the next resume, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I am here to help. And join me on my Twitch live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. I use that as my office hours to help people with their stuff that I can't easily do through YouTube. So let's go to the next resume. This is a manufacturing engineer. This is a great start to a video. We do not know their ratio. They just graduated. Wait, did they just graduate? I have no idea. Anyway, they're having trouble. I'm here to review it. So I have never recruited for this. These are the keywords that I found for it. They should be close enough. So this is what most of the companies are looking for. I actually don't know if Fault Tree is in there. The other ones are accurate though. So degree, they want to know that you got your degree. It's a highly technical job. They want to make sure you have a degree. The industry and the type of product you're going to be working on. So it could be like healthcare and medical, or automotive and engines, or automotive and carburetors. I don't know cars. So I need to know your industry and then what you work on within that industry, or like fluid dynamics. One of them required like hydraulic acid, PFMEAs, PLC, CAD software, so SolidWorks, AutoCAD. That should be finished off with this. AutoCAD, ISO. There's so many ISOs, I cannot list them all. You're just going to have to list the ISOs that you are in. PROE, GMP, interpret technical drawings and specifications. Vision, I think this is supposed to be MS Vision. Microsoft Office, Excel, and PowerPoint. Yes, most of the jobs had those on there. That is why I include them. MS Project, and cross-functional. So, as per usual, almost every single job in the corporate world requires MS Office and cross-functional. Across almost everything, you need those keywords in. So, let's see where this person is having problems. Industrial engineer with project, don't care, please delete. Again, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, summaries do not help you. I've been, unless you are relocating, changing industries, or explaining a visa, you do not need a summary. Skill sections also don't help you. They are redundant at best and at worst actively harmful. So this entire thing could be deleted. You need to replace that with your degree. Your degree, which is at the very bottom, which people cannot even see because I cannot scroll down that far, should be at the very top. It should be one line. You don't need to tell me when you graduated. Unless you graduate in the last 3 to 4 years, then it's a benefit to. And you also don't, no one can see this, but they also told me when they started. I don't need to know that. I just need to know when you graduated. So your education should be up at the top, should replace this part, and you have way too much bolding. This should not be bolded. This should not be bolded. This should not be bolded. There is a reason the only things that are bolded in mine are the first last name, the education inserts, and the work history and projects. These should be italicized. So formatting is way off, but maybe the bullet points are good. So let's check. BOM management, managed bill of materials. So it's good that you described what this is, but I don't think they're going to care. This is how you would write it, though. I do like how you did that. I wanted to give you props for that. I don't think that's going to be a keyword. So, containing parts for Hyundai's electric vehicle production optimization, simply test mass production states. So, this isn't bad. I want to know what you did on it, right? Like, for their electric vehicle, were you working on the brakes? Were you working on the engine? I would need to know what you worked on specifically. And again, I don't think boom management is what they're looking for. And don't do this. This is like a really popular thing. I don't know if this is AI or something that does this, but everybody says what it is here and then describes it here. Don't do that. I know some jobs do it. They shouldn't do it either. You just need this part. Okay, just have it like this. Don't have this weird little section up above. And again, this should be in one line, and it should be italicized and not bolded. Cross-functional communication. Again, stop telling me here. Show me here. Facilitated cross-departmental communication on production plans resolving specific errors. That's actually a solid bullet point. I like that one. Material flow. Utilize SAP. Don't care. Increased on-time delivery. Don't care. ISO's good. ISO's good. ISO is good. So ISO is here. So decreased efficiently its production. Too technical. Would they care about Six Sigma? I don't think so. Root analysis. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Again, the formatting's off, but it doesn't matter because the bullet points are not good. Yeah, so you don't have like anything I'm looking for. And while it is possible I looked up the wrong keywords, that's always a probability and something that I have not personally recruited for. I don't believe I did, because what was titled manufacturing engineer had this stuff. I need to know CAD software. I need to know ISO, which you did do. I need to know your degree, which is all the way at the bottom and they may miss it. I need to know the industry, which you kind of did, but you didn't tell me what part of it you worked on. So again, like engines, brakes, hydraulic acid, whatever. I need to know PFMEAs. I need to know PROs, PROE. I need to know GMP. I need to know that you can interpret technical drawings and specifications. I need to know that you've done Vision or Visio, whatever it's called, Microsoft Office, and MS Project. You did tell me cross-functional. So you're having a problem because your resume is a nightmare to read, but once they actually read it, there's nothing they're looking for. So look at the jobs you're applying to, right? Take about 10 to 15 of them. Look at them. Find the stuff that says qualifications, okay? Not responsibilities, qualifications, okay? We need qualifications. So, wow, I need to make a table of contents here. So this is my resume guide, and it even shows you right here. Keywords are found in the following bullet points, okay? Requirements, qualifications, must-haves, need to have, what we're looking for. We would love to meet you if. You might be a great fit if. Those are what we care about, not responsibilities. I understand why people are confused. I don't like when companies do that, but that's just how they do it. So these are the keywords, okay? Nothing else really matters. And take 10 to 15 of those jobs that you've applied to that you qualify for and look at them, because those are going to be the keywords. Those are the only thing that matter. It doesn't matter that you have BOM management because they're not looking for it. They don't care. So I'm not trying to be cruel. I want you to stand the best chance you can. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer. So keywords are still the same: TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React.js, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functional, and bonus points for architecture, extra language, and Git. This person has a horrifyingly bad ratio. This is about 400 applications deep without any interview. So I will say, if you are 400 applications and you have not gotten an interview, you need to double check your contact information. I know that sounds the equivalent of turning it off and on, but the amount of candidates that submit resumes with a phone number that goes straight to voicemail and the voicemail is full, and an email that bounces, is much higher than you would think. This may be a phenomenal resume. I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. But it's also probable that you've gotten 400 applications and not a single interview, your contact information might be wrong. So triple check that. Make sure your contact information is correct. Have a friend call the number on the resume. So let's look to see if it's not that. If it's not that, you also might be applying too late. Remember, ATS sort people in the order you applied. So the faster you apply to the fresher job, the better your chances. If on LinkedIn it says 100 plus people have applied, you are probably too late. It doesn't matter how long it's been out. It only matters how many other people have already applied. So let's see what we can do. So software engineer, worked with cross-functional team, okay, to redesign a customer-facing interface with React, good, customer feedback. Okay, so again, I don't care about, this part is okay, positive customer feedback. I don't know if I really care about this part, right? Like positive customer feedback is a pretty good brag, which again, you don't necessarily need one, but you know, and in addition, I want to know what, so okay, again, this should not be bolded. Stop. Stop bolding everything in your resume, please. I'm going to have a bingo card and I'm going to mark it off on a bad resume bingo. And one of them is too much bolding. So I don't need all of this. And you can fit in one or two, right? So just say, worked with a cross-functional team to redesign a customer-facing user interface with, and then you can also put TypeScript, JavaScript, all that other stuff. We need the other stuff too. Ideally, your stack should be in your first sentence. That is a very specific software engineer. Hi, Bear. Software engineer specific requirement. But you should have it. So reduced latency, I don't care. Through a GUI, don't care. Front-end refactor, don't care. From vanilla, stop saying just vanilla. I understand it means something to y'all, but it doesn't mean anything to the person reviewing your resume. With JavaScript, React, that's fine. That one's good. Design it, implemented, C++, again, that's okay. Scalable, data, Python, API is good. So here's my problem. You only need about 75% of these. I saw TypeScript, I saw Python, I saw JavaScript, I saw CSS, I saw HTML. That's good. These are the core. Then I also saw CI/CD, which is good. That's 6. And React, which is 7. And that's it. I need SQL. I need a little bit more here. Cross-functional is A2. So yeah, I need SQL. You're missing SQL. And you've written it really weird. So I feel like you're trying to pad this. And you don't need to pad this. It's okay to not pad this. It can only be 1 or 2. In addition, I'm a little confused of why you've only been there for 2 months. Was this a contract role? Was this an internship? Because that actually looks pretty bad. So you don't want to show that you were only there for 2 months. If you've been at a job that is not an internship for less than 3 months, you don't want to put it out. It just looks bad. Oh wait, no, never mind. 2025. I'm a fool. This is good experience. You can ignore me. But it is written in a weird way that I wasn't able to see it. That is all on me. You're fine. Please use this formatting. Use this formatting. This is what it's going to look like. Ignore it. This is fine. I had a foolish moment, but this is too big, right? Like, it's okay to shrink this down a little bit. So I need to see this stuff right here in the first one. I also need cloud if you have it. So I need cloud, I need SQL, I need agile, and I need some of this stuff more. Like, it's okay to put a line that says worked with other languages such as Java, C, and C++ to do X and Y. I would keep those to a separate bullet, but it's too spread out. You have like 6 keywords spread out across 6 bullet points practically. It's really like 8 keywords across 6 bullet points. So the RESTful API is good. Where's API? RESTful API over here. Did I see it? Okay, there it is. So yeah, it's too spread out. Condense these. This does not need to be, how much is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This does not need to be 7 bullet points. You could do this in 4 or 5. It's okay to have 4 or 5. That's fine. 3 to 8. That's all we need. And you can put them all in that. It'll look pretty good. And then you can do the projects. But stop bolding everything. But I would say your real problem is not, it's probably your contact information. Or you're applying too late, because 450 to 1, even a bad resume, like a truly awful resume, should still get you like 200 to 1, right? You should still be getting a interview. So something is critically wrong with the process. So definitely fix all of what I said, but also please double check this contact information. Please make sure you're applying to jobs quick. The faster, the better. So let's go to the next resume. This is the resume of, in their own words, a cooked backend developer. They said the previous version was terrible, 0 interviews, even though you had an inside recruitment recommendation. That's rough. So that means there's probably something extra wrong. And I already bet I know what it is. So you said you're a backend developer. The question is, are you C? Are you Python? Are you Java? Which of those? Yes, there are more, but those are the most common ones. Or I guess C++ or whatever it is. So which one of those are? Because each single one of those has a different keyword that we're looking for. A great and amazing resume that gets you a backend Java role will fail to get you a backend Python and a backend C whatever minus potato role. So do I have C++ actually? I don't think I have that one saved. I have the rest of them saved. So that's probably your problem, is you don't specify which stack you are and you don't have the right keywords for it. So all right, let's see. And this is not needed. So this should be one line. Your formatting is off. Your formatting should look like this. This is my name. I can put that there. But this is how to format it like that. This is harder to read. Your font is off. There's too much bolding. Every single resume has too much bolding, and whoever created bolding on resumes, I'm going to cry. You only need like 2 or 3 things bolded total. So nothing here should be bolded. This should not be bolded, and it should be one line. Nothing here matter. You know what? Actually, this should be 2 lines. This should be 1 line. These 2 sentences should be 1. This should be deleted. And then you need to mention that you were at the fraternity, the local chapter, because who knows? The person reviewing your resume may be a part of that chapter, and that could be an in. So it should be 2 lines. Keep this, nothing else, doesn't matter. So, full stack developer for IT support. All right, again, 1 line. That should be 1 line. There's a reason it looks like this. Build a full stack website through HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Good, leading to increased user engagement. Okay, I don't care, but you did do the right ones. All right, so first off, you said you're backend. I have not seen a single backend yet. If you're applying for backend roles, you need to show me the backend. You cannot just start with the front end stuff. You can't start with, I don't know if you're getting full stack or not. If you're continuing to go to full stack, that's different, all right? That's a different role. And I don't know what you're doing. Okay, don't care about anything here. Feedback for church website UX improvement. Again, you have said that you want to go for back end positions. The only thing I see here is front end. Again, nothing here. No keywords even for front end. No keywords here either. Researcher, nothing. So projects, open CV. People don't know if they can see it. Capture feed information. Again, don't care. API, I do care about. So you have absolutely nothing I need. I don't see any keywords I'm looking for. I'm not trying to be rude, but this is why you got rejected despite having an inside recommendation. Software engineer resumes are broken into full stack, front end, backend Java, backend Python, backend C. Those are the main ones, all right? There's a couple of other very niche ones, but those are it, all right? If you do not have a resume that is tailored to one of those 5 categories, you're not going to get it. And this looks like a bad front end developer resume. I see like 3 things I'd want to add for that, all right? You don't show me anything in the back end. So I need you to focus. I don't know if you're going for Java or C or Python. I have the Java and I have the Python keyword saved, but I don't have the C keyword saved. So as an example, if you're going for Python, what we're going to be looking for is Python, backend, SQL, any of them, Docker, Kubernetes, Django, cloud and any of its words, so like EC2, that kind of stuff. So AWS, GCP, and then EC2 if you're doing AWS. RESTful APIs, Agile, Git, CI/CD, and then a bonus would be for full stack stuff. This completely fails as a resume because there's nothing here that I need. It's just nothing, right? Like you're serving me nothing, and I need those keywords to be there to move you forward. The manager needs it to you. That's why you're getting rejected, is there's nothing here. Yes, the formatting is bad, but these bullet points contain nothing I need. The only thing I found was front end right here, and again, another front end right here, and I think API somewhere at the very bottom. That was it. That's not enough. Absolutely not enough. So make those formatting changes, but most importantly, you need better bullet points. The content of those bullet points needs to be those keywords that I'm looking for. So you can ask me what the keywords were. I'll give you the list in the link below. I should probably just dig up and find the C++ ones on my own anyway, but let me know which one you're going for, because unless you specify, you will not get a job. They do not hire generalists. Companies may make you do generalist work, but they do not hire generalists. And this is a resume that honestly only has like 2 things for full stack. So it doesn't work. That's why it's absolutely cooked. It has no reflection on who you are as a person, but you absolutely need those keywords, all right, for whatever you're going for, because I don't know. I still don't know. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of This Is Wrong. So they said full stack developer or backend developer. You don't get to do that. I'm not saying it's right. Please don't destroy the messenger, but you need to pick an amazing full stack developer resume will fail to get you a backend job. And an amazing backend resume, specific like a Java backend or a Python backend or a C++ whatever backend resume will fail to get you a full stack job. Those are separate resumes and their keywords are different. So I am not going to look for backend because they did not specify. I'm going to specifically look for full stack developer. So I am only viewing this with a full stack developer resume keywords in mind. It may be a phenomenal backend one, but I'm not looking for that. So what I need is TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React.js, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, and bonus points for architecture, extra language, and Git. Good, I got to say it all in one go. I've been practicing. So this person has a very bad ratio. It's 150 to 1. They also let me know they were in a boot camp, so their education is going to be a little bit different. And in that case, yeah, I think you should put it at the bottom. I think if you graduated with a CS degree, you should put it at the top. But if you graduated with a boot camp, you should probably put it at the bottom. I agree with that sentiment. But they have 150 to 1 ratio, so something is wrong, and let's find out what's wrong with it. And they said, thank you for all the help you provide. I'm awesome. You're awesome. Thank you. I could not do this without you. I need people's resumes to review for this, and, you know, it's symbiotic. I help you. You help me. We're in this together. So, which we really are, because the job market is garbage right now. Anybody who tells you otherwise is in a very, very, very good version of it or lying. So, all right. This can be deleted. Okay, formatting is off. So remember, this is what your resume should look like. This is my name. I can do that. My name is Lee Corlitz. That's fine. So it should be your first last name here, then your phone number, which you do. This part you mostly do right. You still want to do, if you are a U.S. citizen, you want to put U.S. citizen in the area because it removes bias against you. If you are a U.S. citizen green card holder, if you are not a U.S. citizen green card holder, you will not want to put that. So there are, you could probably fit that, you can still fit that in the same amount. Then, normally education of certificates. In this case, you graduated from a boot camp, which, again, I'm not, don't destroy the messenger. It does have a less valuable thing in the market. So you will put that below instead of up front. You are correct. And then you go to your work history. It should look like this. Work history should be bolded. This should not and should be italicized. That's it. This is the only bolded you should have in your resume. The more bolding you have, the worse your resume. I don't know how to tell you that until you review 100 resumes in 25 minutes. But the more bolding you have, the worse. So keep it like that. Then it should just look like this, italicized and then normal. So this should not be bolded. This should be one line. This does not matter. So integrated Node.js with Express, okay, to develop message broker integration, MQ. Okay, so here's my problem. Not only is this a bad summary sentence because your first sentence should be a summary of what you did, you mentioned like 4 things I don't care about. I don't care. What is that? MQ? I don't care about rabbits, MQ. I don't care about broker persistence integration program. I don't care about Express. I do care about Node.js. So you essentially said, I use Node.js, and you did not tell me how because it's too confusing. Yes, you may laugh at me in the comments. That's fine. I cannot code, but I know how to get coders jobs. Then leveraged. Everybody uses leverage. Don't use leverage. It's just used. Created. The leverage is for negotiating. That's a personal thing. I'm not docking you points for it. But React, good. Components through a virtual DOM. I don't care about virtual DOM. I don't care about Redux. Redux might be one very rarely, but not really. And React is good, but you already said React. So, yep. JavaScript. Okay, so that's 3. I've only found 3 things I actually care about. And remember, you need 75%. And you definitely need this. So, Rabbit, you focus so much on Rabbit MQ. I don't know what that is, and I don't care. I see so many people put that in, and no manager I've ever had has ever asked for it. Again, Rabbit MQ, nothing here, and then UI. So, you have React, Node.js, and JavaScript. That's it. That's all I found. This entire thing is that. You have 6 bullet points. I found barely 3 things, and it's not everything I need. I need TypeScript, CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. Basically, TypeScript and or Python. You can have both of them. I need one of them. Then JavaScript. I need CSS. I need HTML. I need, was it Node? I did have Node. I need Angular. I need SQL. I found React. I need API. I need REST. I need Cloud. I need Agile. I need CI/CD. I need cross-functional. I don't have those. That is why you're having 150, is because you don't have it here. And I know people in the comment, he has it right here. Those don't count. Skill sections don't count. They never do. That is why I tell people to not do that, is skill sections do not count. If your skills are not shown how you use them and either the reason or result you use them, it does not count. How and the reason result. Otherwise, it does not count. That's why listing them here doesn't matter. You're just taking up space. So I need this stuff. In fact, you actually got the right ones here, but I need it here. It does not count if it's here. Does not. This can be deleted. And this is not for the recruiter. This is for the hiring manager. Hiring managers don't like that. Most of them do not. So this has nothing I need. Let's go here. REST API, good. AI, again, AI is it's kind of hot right now, so it's okay to have it in. But the rest of this I don't have. Nothing AWS, so that's good. SQL. So here, they may not go down to here. Your AWS and your SQL are massive, and you put them all the way at the bottom. I don't know if they would even be able to find that. So this is not good as a full stack resume. This doesn't have anything I need for a backend resume. This does not have what I need for any type of job that I know of. Maybe a Rabbit MQ developer, but I've not heard that. So that is your problem, and that is why you're getting 150 to 1, is you don't have what I'm looking for. These are the only thing that matter. I understand this might be impressive, right? This may be the most impressive things you've done in your career, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, I'm not saying it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of life. I'm saying for this job, it doesn't matter. So please focus on what those are. These are your guiding lights, okay? You can find them on your own, but these are your guiding lights. If you do not have these, you are not going to get an interview, bar none. That's what we're looking for. We have 15 seconds to find them. There's no way they're going to find those in 15 seconds. You did have AWS and SQL, but they're all at the bottom. I did not see TypeScript. I did not see CSS. I did not see HTML. I did not see REST. No, I did see REST. There's so much junk in here that I can't even find it again. So focus. If it's not a part of the keywords, it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. And I want to break that into all of your heads so that you can get jobs. That is the biggest thing. What matters to you may not matter to the person reviewing your resume, both manager and recruiter. So on that note, keep the resumes coming. I'm glad to keep reviewing them. If you need more help, join my live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. The link is also below. And like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video to help you all get ahead of your job search.